Have you ever seen that shiny new car in the showroom and then only noticed 3 or 4 years later you just don't see it on the roads anymore? Well, yes, unfortunately, there's lots of cars that fall by the dodo bird because of reliability, the high maintenance costs, the lack of parts, and they're just poor dependability and quality control all the way across the board. I guarantee you, I'm going to share a list of 5 vehicles. If you buy one of these, you'll guarantee to regret it, as you probably won't find them on the road in 5 years. Let's get into it now. Life's too short to drive boring cars. First one on my list is this hot little white car right behind me here. What is it? Well, it has this beautiful trident there and this great projector headlamps. It also has great alloy wheels and it's got this Pep Boy style grille there. Chrome, probably peel on or stick off. Of course, it does have a sunroof, but that's going to fail in short order because of this trident logo. Right around the back, we have these cool little tail lights. But I bet you if you have to change one, they're probably going to cost you $2,000. And we're talking about a Ghibli by Maserati. Great car. I mean, you've got the quad exhaust tips down there and a beautiful profile all the way down the road. And an interior with high quality seats that are literally fit for a king. But a general fit and finish otherwise that feels much more like a Chrysler minivan. And while these are gorgeous vehicles, I guarantee you won't see many of these around in 5 years. Once warranty's gone and you can't afford to maintain this, forget about it. Unless you own Ferrari or Lamborghini Corporation, you probably don't have enough funds or bankroll to keep this vehicle on the road. Another car right here, number 2, is going to be a car that guaranteed you're going to literally regret if you buy it. As a matter of fact, there aren't too many of these around anymore, and the ones that are existing are probably just becoming more garage queens. They generally don't have the gusto to last the length of time, but let's take a look at it first. We're talking about the RS specifically version. Yeah, it has big Brembo brakes on it, has great wheels, RS badging, has some great touches throughout. Different style, it's a good looking car, certainly has that little fin on the back, great mirrors, awesome looking headlights that are projectors. And down the side here, it's a good looking profile little car. The interior is a hot hatch, no doubt about it. Deep bolstered seats, manual gearbox, it's set for fun. This is literally a fire breathing little hot rod. And it tried to go after all the other rally cars like the WRX STI and everything else in that marketplace. But the problem is Ford, Cosworth, the engine, yes, they burn, they consume coolant, unfortunately. That's a big problem. There's a lot of other quality control related issues. The problem is they were kind of pricey when they were new. By the time they start getting down to the second and third owners, most of those owners don't have what it takes to necessarily keep these things running properly. And what you're going to find is neglect, abuse, because they're generally going to run the wheels off this because this car is meant to drive hard. You literally will not see these cars on the road in about 4 or 5 years after they've been sold new. This one here is a 2016. You probably won't see this in a year from now. And another car is this beautiful little Italian hot rod. These guaranteed you will not see them on the road for much more than a couple more years. What we're looking at here is an Alfa Romeo. It actually has a gorgeous front grille on it. And I definitely love these headlights with the projectors. And this style of wheel definitely is gorgeous. Red calipers, Veloce for sure. We have the fold-away mirrors. And the interior looks great. Deep bolstered seats. It looks like it's ready for jet fighter action. Of course, there you have a big glass top on there and a smaller set of soft touch or one touch handles there. Cycle around, you have some nice flares on the back. Makes the car look stout and aggressive. But we're talking about the Q4. All-wheel drive, that's right. You can drive in the snow. Here you have one exhaust tip and yet another one. But look, you have this beautiful splitter down there. It's gorgeous. And it's the Giulia. The problem with these vehicles is they're very, very expensive to maintain. Trying to find a service network as well is quite challenging. They are Italian, they have their glitches, but a lot of people, by the time these cars depreciate so aggressively, it's pointless to even try to stay ahead of all the expensive repairs. Yeah, you can get brake issues, suspension issues. There's many recalls, software updates, but as well, there's been a lot of reports of electrical issues. Some of it's related to batteries being low voltage, put a new battery in and you're good to go. But a lot of these issues are quite common. There's discussions about all the electrics go totally blank on you randomly, your display fries. And there's been a multitude of mechanical related issues in these vehicles. Now again, it's not that they're horribly unreliable. It's just that they come off a cliff when they're depreciating. And then that coupled with the fact that huge shop rate, rarer parts, it's harder to get these cars fixed. Now, I know a lot of people are going to qualify that with, hey, I own one. It's been great. I've had it for 6 months. It's amazing. Of course it has been. Try owning it for 6 years. That's a different conversation. The Alfa Romeo Giulia. Now, the next one on my list is what we're looking at right here. Is probably not going to make it 5 years. If it does, that's going to be more of the exception rather than the rule. And what we're looking at here is actually a great product, actually by Ford. Yes, that's right, the blue oval. And it's the Bronco, but specifically the Sport version. You have this cute little tailgate hatch flip up there, cute little tail lights, cute little wheels, cute little plastic door handles, and cute little plastic running gear there. Look at those nice, cute little accents and cute hard plastic. And then, of course, they have the grille that's consistent with the Bronco brand, although it's not the full-size Bronco. This is the baby junior version. Now, all early discussions about these Bronco Sports shows to be that they're lining up to be somewhat problematic. And being that they're largely based on the Ford Escape, and we know the Escape has had more than its share of issues depending on the particular drivetrain, I would expect not more and not a whole lot less to get the same similar results of the Bronco Sport like we see right here. We know the full-size Bronco with the 2.7 dropping valves is also a problem area, and that in itself is probably going to be a big issue. But the Sport is just a lower cost, cheaper version. And likely, if people can't afford to keep this thing running after warranty is expired, likely it's going to hit the dumpster. And another one that I guarantee you're going to regret if you actually spend your hard-earned dollars is what's parked right in front of me here. Because I guarantee it won't last more than 4 or 5 years. And if it does, again, that's extreme rarity. But let's take a look. Tiny little wheels on there. Of course, what we have is the Hyundai Venue right there. And it's a cute, ornery looking little thing with tiny little tail lights and a funky little profile and a very price point based interior. Of course, you got little roof racks to haul all your garbage projects to the dumpster, and this interesting little headlight parked on either side of this big open plasticky sort of a grille. Now, it's not an overly well-made vehicle, and if I was a betting person, based on the historicals that we've seen from Hyundai and Kia in recent years, I'd say there's a stretch to say that this vehicle will last over 5 years. The Hyundai Venue. And with all of that said, be sure to check out that video. That's my list of vehicles that will last over 500,000 miles. Hope to see you in the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.